Hello, everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to all the attendees watching across the globe. So, 2022 RegTech Innovation Summit has officially started. My name is Carlson, and I'll be one of your hosts for today's exciting 12 hours whole day event. So, just relax, stay tuned, as there will be so much interesting topics to be discussed today. But before anything else, I have here with me the founder and CEO of RegTech Revolution, Miss Mona Zoot, to give her welcome and opening remarks. Over to you, Mona.
Thank you, Carlson. Thank you very much. Hello, everybody. Great to be here. As Carlson just mentioned, this is our third RegTech Revolution Summit 2022. It's a global summit, as you probably already know. And we all started it, of course, in the full pandemic. We saw an opportunity back then to actually connect the dots globally with influencers, with industry specialists, with business people, and with regulators in the RegTech space. And the first time we did it in 2020, it was pretty much trying to figure out whether it would be a good idea because it's quite difficult to connect the dots from the one side of the world, from you would say New Zealand to North America, Canada, and even South America. But we managed to do it and it was great. So that's why we said, okay, let's do another one last year in 2021. Again, a great success, and that's why we're doing it this year again. However, having said that, we also know the world has changed quite a bit in those 2.5 years as well. You could almost say that COVID is actually past, although we even have today cases that people cannot make it because there is still COVID going on. That is one of the reasons why we said, although the world is opening up and although people would like to meet really face to face again and shake hands and have a drink and, really see each other as well, we said to keep this connection and this community alive, it would be better to still continue with this global event connecting the dots online, because that way we can reach out to the most influential and impactful people that actually really know a lot about what's happening in the industries, that can provide the insights that we need, that can exchange ideas and come up with brainstorming solutions that is important to know. And above all, that way we can communicate and collaborate in a way that we all see fit to make sure that regulatory technology is actually important. And when I say it's important, a lot of people say always to me, why do you care, Mona? What does it matter? I mean, these are regulations, it is irritating, it is boring. Compliance is, of course, boring. Risk management, yeah, it's important, but why do you find it so important? Or why is RegTech so passionate about getting it to the to the mainstream? Well, there are a couple of things, and that is actually also the theme of this day, or themes, I should say. So one is regulatory technology in this era is pretty much around data management, right? So we know that because of the Internet of Things, because of being all over the world online, there are risks that we need to, first of all, mitigate, but hopefully risks that we can prevent from happening, or disasters that we can prevent from happening. Well, the old methods, like getting more bodies in and trying to have less of manual processes just in the old way with consultants, etc., is definitely not working anymore. I mean, the amount of data that comes your way in your business, doesn't matter small or big, is absolutely not possible to absorb in the way that you used to do, like 5 years ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So, what are the solutions then? Well, of course, technology has evolved, and that's the reason why we say you should use or look at least into the new technology that is out there. Maybe it's not 100% sophisticated yet, but at the end of the day, if you don't learn about it already, if you don't look into it already, if you don't look at what kind of solutions are already there that might help you in your day-to-day business or in the bigger picture, then it will be very difficult with the scale of how things are changing and change is happening in this space to do it later, and you will fall behind against the companies that actually are using those tools, etc. So that's why we think, risk management is super important, data management is super important, and you can't do it the old way. The other part is, we would say, you can't also do it alone. You can't, as a company, as a regulator, as a business, you can't do it alone. You need to collaborate with all the ecosystem, and we will definitely discuss this in more detail also this afternoon, when we also want to collaborate. So we partnered up with two great community builders as well. One is based in London, Change Gap, and the other one is based in Brussels, RegTech Black Book, and they will take a couple of sessions in this afternoon as well. But again, the thing is, you need to do it together. The connecting the dots happens together. So that also means that it is super important that the regulators are involved, and we have a couple of them today, that the rest of the ecosystem players, like businesses, like consultants, like um, founders, entrepreneurs, etc., they all involved policymakers to make sure that the level and the quality of the conversation is to a standard that we can say, okay, this is impactful. This because of this working together, we make sure that we can actually come to a separate level, and make it happen, that the adoption for processes and procedures will be more streamlined, but still will be secure, but still will be safe, but more efficient and effective. And of course, at the end of the day, that there is a reduction of cost, and that you have more money to invest in other businesses or invest in your own business. So that is, in a nutshell, what we think is super important. The other part is, and that is a broader perspective around regulatory technology. We don't see it just as a buzzword. We really think it can have a real impact for you. So the other part is, how can RegTech help uh, not only the financial services businesses, because that is quite obvious that everybody thinks it started with RegTech 1.0, where you say, there are some applications within the financial services industry, within the financial crime area, regulatory reporting, transaction monitoring, etc. But we need to look at it broader perspective. The streamlining of processes and procedures, and make it more efficient and effective and cost effective as well, is of course not only for the financial services sector. It is definitely also for other sectors that are either heavily regulated or just need to manage their risks much more efficient and effectively. It doesn't have to come from the regulator. The regulator shouldn't just only knock on your door and tell you that what you need to do. I mean, normally they wouldn't, although you might want that way. Your auditor should not only, find the gaps. You should manage your risks yourselves, right? So whether you're regulated or not regulated, we really believe that streamlining of processes and make it more efficient and effective and manage your risks effectively is pretty much for every business, but also for supervisors. I mean, you have subtech, where you have tools for supervisory, for regulators or for policymakers. So you can make it as broad as you want. Although that is probably still relatively in an early stage, and there are not that many applications there yet. But we did manage to get some people that actually can, provide some insights about the other areas beyond the financial services industry. globally as well. So you need to think about the healthcare, the biopharma, etc., etc. So it promises to be a very exciting day. We have a jam-packed agenda. Um, we are very proud. Team worked very hard to make this happen. To make it a little bit more hybrid as well, because the world is opening up. We do have some networking face to face going on. I know, for instance, the RegTech Black Book is at the moment in Amsterdam, and can be reached there with Koen van Hooijdonk, who you will see this afternoon. Sarah Sinclair will organize in London a networking session at the end of her time this day as well. And we will tomorrow have something networking in Singapore for people that actually would like to come together. So we definitely try to, make it as much as possible to give you the tools and platform to discuss, to brainstorm, to provide insights, to ask questions, to really be engaged, because there are so many people that actually are involved. I mean, I think we have over 60 speakers. They are all very credible and very interested to provide you, with the tools that you need. Having said that, I think Airmeet platform that we are using at the moment, we used it last year as well. It has a couple of extra features, which is very interesting for you guys because it's a full day. So I can imagine that you really want to network as well. So last year we unfortunately couldn't do something like, 101 kind of conversation, at least not with a video. This year you can do that, so you can set up meetings. You can set up meetings with a few people. So that definitely, I would say, don't, if you don't want to attend a session, don't think, okay, I just go and do something else. Please go talk to each other, provide some insights about what you do, what your business is, and vice versa, and it will be worthwhile. So I think I've talked quite a bit, and I think that's more than enough for me for now. I wish you all the good luck and happiness today, and it will be great. And I'm going back to Carlson, who is going to probably attend to the next session. Thank you very much, guys, and have a great day, and speak soon. Bye bye.
Thank you so much, Mona, for the fantastic and energetic opening remarks. Indeed, it was a scene setting to start this event. So for now, I'd like to give the floor to Sabrina because that will be the next session, of course, to talk about real tools for real people. Here we go. Bye bye.